Thank you all for coming. I just want to say a few words regarding Starbucks. I'm happy to announce that Howard Schultz, the CEO and founder of Starbucks, has finally agreed to testify before the Senate Help Committee. The Help Committee, as you know, was scheduled to vote tomorrow to subpoena him. And I want to thank the members of the committee who, in a bipartisan way, were prepared to do just that. Let us be very clear. In the United States of America, workers have the constitutional right to organize unions and engage in collective bargaining to improve their wages and their working conditions. Unfortunately, Starbucks, under Mr. Schultz's leadership, has done everything in their power to prevent that from happening. The National Labor Relations Board has issued over 80 complaints against Starbucks for violating federal labor law, and an administrative law judge in New York recently ruled that Starbucks has engaged in, quote, egregious and widespread misconduct, end of quote, in a union organizing campaign that started in 2019. Despite the fact that over 280 Starbucks coffee shops have successfully voted to form a union over the past years, Starbucks has refused to negotiate in good faith. They have not yet signed one contract with the union. 280 organizing efforts completed, not one contract signed. The Help Committee intends to make clear that in the United States, we must not have a two-tier justice system in which billionaires and large corporations can break the law with impunity. They're powerful. They have all kinds of lawyers. Why do they have to break the law while working class people are held accountable for their actions? I look forward to hearing from Mr. Schultz as to when he intends to end his illegal anti-union activities and begin signing fair first contracts with his unions. Starbucks' strategy is quite clear. It is to stall, stall, and stall. They understand that it is cheaper to break the law than to follow it. In August, the NLRB filed a complaint against Howard Schultz for illegally withholding benefits from unionized stores, threatening pro-union employees and telling his workers that it would be futile to join a union. So bottom line is we have a billionaire running a multinational corporation breaking federal labor law, and we intend to put an end to that. Thank you.
Yeah. Senator, Starbucks, in their negotiations with your committee, had suggested that it didn't make sense for Schultz to come because he's leaving the company at some point and that they offered someone else. Why did you think it was important to hear from Mr. Schultz himself when he's not going to be the CEO of the company?
First of all, he will remain on the board. He is the CEO today, and he would be the CEO when we invited him. Schultz is the founder of the company, very successful company. It is clear to everybody that it is Mr. Schultz who sets the policy of that company. He's been clear about it. And it is he who has got to defend his actions and not send some subordinate. Yes?
Senator Sanders, are you satisfied with this development that he's agreed to come
Yeah.
and testify? And also, I heard you a little bit elaborating on what you'd like to hear, but can you give us even more finer idea of what you're hoping to get?
I'll tell you what I want. I want Mr. Schultz to tell us that at long last he is going to stop his illegal activity, that he's going to sit down with the union and negotiate a contract. That's what I want, nothing more than that. To obey the law. I don't think it's asking too much. You know, we talk, and I'm sure from this podium, a whole lot of people have talked about their fears about the future of American democracy. Well, there are a lot of people out there who think that democracy doesn't work for them, that there's laws that impact working class people. You break the law, you're going to go to jail. But somehow or another, if you're a large multinational corporation and you're a billionaire and you're surrounded by lawyers and consultants, you can break the law. That's what this is about. It's saying to Mr. Schultz and everybody else, we've got a set of laws in this country. You are breaking those laws, not acceptable. Obey them. Sit down, negotiate a contract with your workers. Yeah.
What tools does Congress have at its disposal to make Starbucks comply with this, or would your committee be taking additional steps to try to force them to comply with the law?
It's a very good question. I can't give you, it's exactly the question we are addressing right now. But I hope we don't have to do that. You know, I hope that Mr. Schultz understands that the American people are sick and tired of corporate greed. They are tired of corporations breaking the law with impunity, and that has got to end. I hope he understands that. Okay, maybe last question, yeah.
Are you still holding the investigation vote
Yeah.
tomorrow?
We are going to hold the investigation, no vote, but we are going to be hearing from three very prominent labor leaders. We're going to be hearing from Liz Schuller, who's head of the AFL-CIO, Mary Kay Henry, who's head of SEIU, one of our large aggressive unions, and Sean O'Brien, who's head of the Teamsters. And what they're going to be talking about is making it clear that what Starbucks is doing is certainly not unique. This is what's going on all across the board, from Amazon, Apple, all kinds of companies are attempting, who are acting illegally, trying to prevent workers from organizing unions. So that will be.
So you're not launching a formal investigation into the major corporations?
Not at this point. Not at this point. Tomorrow we'll be having that hearing. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.